The California Delta, bass fishing's crown jewel of the West.
It's just such a pure fish factory.
Yeah! Hot days and soft tides pressure even Delta legends. But getting the big bass to bite
now that's exciting, folks.
will separate the best from the rest.
That's how you get it done.
Turn it up. The heat is on.
You got it right there.
The calendar may say it's fall, but it feels like midsummer on the waters that flow into San Francisco Bay. The heat is definitely on for 10 anglers who will battle it out for one final day. From the California Delta, this is the 2009 Walmart FLW Series National Guard Western Division. Hi everybody, I'm Jason Harper, and the story on the California Delta is the heat. Temperatures all week long have been in the 90s. Today could break 100 degrees, so any way you look at it, this is one hot tournament. I'm joined by Charlie Evans, and Charlie, let's talk about the heat. How about the heat put on the rest of the field by our Day 3 leader, Charlie Weir, the only angler to weigh in two bags this week over 20 pounds.
Jason, Charlie really turned it on yesterday, bringing in a 5 bass limit that weighed 22 pounds, 5 ounces, anchored by a Delta monster that weighed in over 9 pounds. But with the sun burning down and the water heating up today, those big Delta bass are going to be hiding in the shade deep back in thick, heavy cover like this right here. They're going to be tough to find, tough to get to bite, and even tougher to get them into the boat.
Well, when you take a look at the leaderboard, Charlie Weir starts today over 3 pounds ahead of Rusty Salewske, with the full field separated by exactly 8 pounds. But here on the Delta, you can make that up in a hurry. So this competition is still anybody's game.
I know I'm 6 or 7 pounds out of the lead. At the Delta, that's just one bite. Anything over 20 pounds, I think I could have a real good, legitimate shot of winning the tournament. And where I'm fishing, I mean, I get 2 or 3 of those big bites, it can happen real quick.
I think anyone here catches a bag over 20 pounds, they're gonna have a chance of winning. There's gonna be 1 or 2 guys do it for sure, out of the 10 of us, so I'm hoping I'm one of them.
Today, I think I need to catch about 20 pounds. If I can get one big bite, if I can get a 7 or 8 pounder, I can catch enough 2 and 3 pounders to win this thing. Just need them to bite, that's it. Get them to bite and get them in the boat.
The forecast says this will be the hottest day all week. It's only 60 degrees now, so these pros want to take advantage of the cooler temperatures before it heats up.
The bass will be more active early, and as the day goes on, the temperatures, they're going to approach 100 degrees today. Then those bass will get less active and move way back in the mat, make them tougher to get to.
Just over 50 miles east of San Francisco, the California Delta is close enough to the Pacific Ocean that the tides do have an effect. The pros take off this morning from Russo's Marina on Bethel Island. Here's Robert Lee fishing in his second top 10 of the year. He had a big Day 3 over 25 pounds.
Fish are eating bluegill, so I'm using a bluegill pattern jig, Texas rig jig. I won more money flipping on the Delta than anything else, so that's what I'm catching them on, and I just gotta get some big bites flipping, get them in the boat, weigh them in. The tide right now, there's no current right now, so. There's no current right now, so you just gotta take what you can get. It's a 2.5 pounder. Well, it's a fish, so he's 2 plus. Take him.
Over to Day 3 leader Charlie Weir. He was the 2007 Columbia River champion and finished 4th here last year. If he wins today, he'll be the first angler to win 2 Western Series titles.
It'd just be an awesome feeling to be able to win 2 of these.
Your champion is Charlie Weir.
Guido Hibden has won 2 of these series events. He's the only angler in the FLW series that has done that. I want to be the first guy on the West Coast to do it. The key to the punch skirt that I'm tying up, it's just a prototype. I mean, it's an easy jig punch skirt. What it does is it mimics a crawdad, the flare of the skirt. It's like when a crawdad starts to take off and show his pinchers and stuff and kick his tail when he starts to take off, and that's what I'm trying to mimic with it. And also with the punch skirt, it slides through the cover a lot easier. That's freaking giant. Oh my God. God, huge fish. Just stay on, baby. Just stay on. Yeah! Whoa! There's a big one. Yes! Yes! That's what I'm talking about. Look at that punch skirt. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, I almost missed that fish. Mwah. Woo! Now that's exciting, folks. Right there, 5.5, maybe 6.
Beautiful fish to get Charlie Weir started. That's how to get the morning going. It's still early, but things are heating up, and Charlie Weir is keeping his hot streak alive.
Yeah! Woo!
But there's plenty of time to catch the big bass.
Yes! Woo!
More from the Cal Delta next. FLW Outdoors from the California Delta is brought to you by Walmart. Save money, live better. National Guard. Berkeley. Catch more fish. Lowrance. The high-definition revolution is here. BP. Beyond Petroleum. And by Evinrude E-Tech. With 3 years, no maintenance. Spend more time on the water. Temperatures have stayed high all week, but there have been a lot of ups and downs on the leaderboard, and the big bass have been playing hide and seek with the anglers. Indian summer on the California Delta, and the bite is tough on this famous fishery. On day one, scalding temperatures, cloudless skies, and sluggish tides made for challenging conditions.
I have to say that today was about the toughest day I've ever had on the Delta.
The big bass were hard to find, but not for local Brian Rowland.
Brian is the new leader with 25 pounds, 8 ounces.
Day two was all about change, at least on the leaderboard. Conditions stayed the same, but the standings saw massive upheaval as some pros moved up and others tumbled down.
Terrible. Worst day I've had all year.
California pro Rusty Salewske beat his day one haul and punched his way to the lead.
22-14 today, total of 40 pounds, 11 ounces. Your new leader, Rusty Salewske.
I'm just moving around quite a bit. You know, you just keep punching. I must have punched 1,000 times today. I caught a lot yesterday, and today I only caught a few, but they were the right ones. Had one good hour today. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be sitting there.
The roller coaster ride continued on day three, and the leaderboard reshuffled. There was a gap at the top, and Charlie Weir took advantage.
22-5 puts him at 58-5. Charlie is your new tournament leader. Give him a big round of applause.
I've got about 6 or 7 really good areas, but I've caught them a few days, and I haven't caught them a few days. So sometimes you can do it, and sometimes you can't. Hopefully, it keeps going pretty good.
Consistent heavy bags have been hard to find, but this is the Delta, and everyone has a puncher's chance. National Guard pro Brent Aylor won the first Western Series event of the year on Lake Havasu. He powered through a personal tragedy to take the lead on day 4. And also this year, he narrowly lost the Walmart FLW Tour Land O'Lakes Angler of the Year title to Clark Winlet.
My 2009 season in the tour went pretty good. I can't really complain. I ended up in 3rd in the points. I really had a shot at Angler of the Year, but it obviously just wasn't my turn this year. I started off in the morning throwing that chatterbait, and I had a couple fish push it. You know, they'd boil on it or they'd hit it and they just wouldn't get hooked. Oh, come on, fish. So I went to the Lucky Craft crankbait. You got nothing but a mouthful of treble hooks when they whiff this thing, you know? I really hope they start biting. Might be a good one. Boy, it didn't take long when I put that crankbait on. Stay on, fish, stay on. Stay on. Don't go in the grass. There we go. That's a nice one. You know what? That's what it is. You're missing the chatterbait. I put on my Lucky Craft crankbait. They start biting it. That was like my second cast. Not too bad, huh? I'll start. That's a good way to go. Now, that's something you can try. You know, I've been throwing that chatterbait a little bit, but I've also been throwing a crankbait. I'm telling you, I had like 3 or 4 whiffs on that chatterbait. I put on that crankbait, first one choked it. So try that. Change up baits. If you're getting them to miss it, change up a bait like that, maybe you can hook them next time.
Great advice. Let's get over to Dunkin' Donuts pro Brett Hite. He's making his first top 10 cut of the year, looking to defend his California Delta title. And what a year he had. He won here just 2 weeks after scoring his first Walmart FLW Tour victory on Lake Toho.
I love this place. I'm excited. I think I got a great shot to win again. Confidence is everything in fishing, and I'm in the right area and doing the right thing to win the tournament. One of the main baits I'm using is a Phoenix Vibrating Jig, green pumpkin color, and I've actually switched it up a little bit different than when I won on the California Delta using the same bait. Shorten the trailer up using a Yamamoto Swimming Cinco, just a little bit more finesse. The bait's a little bit smaller this time of year, and you know, the fish don't seem to go after as big of baits this time of year. Yes! First one, not a bad one. I'll take them. I was reeling my bait out of there. I hopped it a couple times and went to reel it out of there, and he grabbed it. Pretty nice one. Starting the day. I bet the tide just started to switch.
Brett Hite on the board with a solid keeper. Still, we haven't seen the kind of trophy bass the California Delta is known for.
It's a baby 5. We'll catch a couple more.
But the monster fish are out there. More from the California Delta when we return.
Unbelievable.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Welcome back, everyone, to the California Delta. Local pro Ken Mah started the day in 6th place. This is his 4th top 10 here. He's an expert on this fishery, so we asked him for his view of what works.
There's a lot of people that are gonna catch fish punching. Oh. They're gonna fish either grass like I'm fishing that's just matted on the surface, or they're gonna fish some real thick hyacinths or primrose. You know, there's guys catching topwater fish, wake baits and spooks and buzz baits. This is a basic punch rig that a lot of guys are using in a tournament. 1.5-ounce weight, punch skirt, 4/0 punch hook, and then this is a sweet beaver that a lot of people are throwing. I did a variation to the bait. I just went to a lighter weight, bulkier skirt, slower falling bait. And I think that subtlety is making a difference. Generally on the Delta, there's 4 tide cycles in a 24-hour period. There's usually a lot of water moving. This week, soft tide, meaning there's like 1.8 feet of water moving from the high change going out. And that just affects the fishing. Soft tide, soft bite, that's usually what happens. That's a monster. Let me get it closer to you. It is fishing tough. It's like right in transition still. You know, it's like summer going into fall still. Slick, calm, and sun's gonna be high and hot, and the fish just aren't really active. Just like us, you know, it's 100 degrees, you wanna stay inside the house.
And here is Ken in action, fishing on those grass mats.
Oh, yeah. That is a chunky. Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Look how deep he's got it. Yes. 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 That's all of 4 pounds. Yes.
Reason to celebrate for Ken Mah there. Back over to Charlie Weir, who's fishing a channel just above Venice Island. And things have changed a bit since that big keeper earlier this morning.
I think the fishing's tougher today than yesterday. Fishing pressure, weekend traffic. I hate netting fish. A lot of people are pounding the same stuff. There's local tournaments, and these guys know this place well.
That's a second keeper, barely makes the 12-inch limit, smaller than he had hoped.
There's a donkey. That's a good one, dude. Get that net. Where you at, baby? Oh, it's not that big. Keeper, got the monkey off the back. That was a long time between bites. I thought that was a bigger fish, but that works. Boy, man, he got it. Where's that hook at? There. There's number 3. A little bit of love right there.
Here's Rusty Salewske, who started this morning in second place, just behind Charlie Weir.
Okay, what I'm doing here is trying to stay right on the very outside hydrilla. There's other kinds of grass out here underneath the boat too. I'm actually fishing an area I've never really fished, but it's real close to where I've been fishing. Trying to maybe look for some new fish. I've been looking at this grass every day, driving by, it looks good.
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the 2009 Forest Wood Cup. Rusty, who qualified through the National Guard Western Division, made the top 10 and was sitting on top of the leaderboard going into the final day of competition.
This is my first tournament since the Forest Wood Cup. It was an experience of a lifetime. I ended up finishing 5th. I was leading after day 3.
Dude, you're our tournament leader.
It was an unbelievable experience. It was hard to sleep that night.
Rusty Salewske.
I would like to do that last day over again, though. I think I could have got him if I would have just made a couple little changes.
Greg Hackney ended up winning the Forest Wood Cup after Rusty only brought 1 fish to the scale on that final day, but it was still a great experience for him.
I think just making the top 10 is pretty significant. At that point, fishermen in general know that, you know, you get down to a place like that, you get down to just one day. Whoever has the best day is gonna probably win. I got a horse here. Okay, I need you to back up. Oh, that's the one. That's why we're fishing slow, right there. There's a nice one, huh? Did you see that thing attack it? I was pulling it up at the top of the grass and it just bulldogged me out of there. Unbelievable. No call bully needed for that one. Oh boy, I missed my net man right there.
yeah, but you didn't miss the fish. Almost 9 pounds. That's the kind of cow delta monster all these pros have been looking for.
Unbelievable.
That puts Rusty right behind day 3 leader Charlie Weir, who started out this morning in a big way.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
But now his bite has slowed down. Still plenty more fishing as the Walmart FLW Series National Guard Western Division continues. Right after this. Welcome back, everyone, to the final day here on the California Delta. Here's how things stand. Charlie Weir has a limit, but he's a little more than a pound ahead of Rusty Salewske, who only has 4 in the boat. Here's Brett Hite, the defending champion. He knows better than anyone just what it takes to win here on the Delta.
My 2 main baits have been the Phoenix Vibrating Jig with a swimming Cinco on the back. Just a confidence bait, represents kind of a bluegill, shad, any kind of bait fish, something swimming through the grass. The other bait that I'm using is a flapping hog like this. That's been my big fish bait right there. Using this on the last 2 hours outgoing tide and the first 2 hours incoming tide, so relatively low tide. When the grass is real topped out, it's kind of up on the surface. As the tide gets higher and the water goes over the grass, I start throwing the Vibrating Jig. And so what I'll do is, you know, like if the boat's a grass line, you know, I'll just cast it out parallel and just reel it right along that strike zone. Whatever speed I reel it, just so that it barely touches the grass is the key. If you're reeling it and you're feeling that grass, then all of a sudden either you'll feel him hit it or your line will just go slack. And he's got it, he's coming towards you. You definitely know when you get a bite, so.
Let's take a look at where Brett's been fishing. He's in the North Canal just below Victoria Island.
This has been like my midday to afternoon spot. You know, as the tide gets higher, the flip fish kind of fade away, and this is actually a little bit shallower canal. There's a grass line along this riprap bank. It's got a lot of bait fish here and some grass mixed in, wood. And the other real nice thing is there's a shade from these trees, and the bass have been holding right on this edge.
Yes! Woo!
Right by that log, man. I hit a little piece of that log. That thing came over there and that thing smashed it. I mean, smashed it. Look at that one. Nice, healthy Delta bass.
A good catch for Brett. Here's Ricky Shabazz, who started the day in 5th. He's hoping his secret sauce will land him his first series win.
That's what I'm using right now in the California Delta. Isn't that beautiful? The infamous spray grass beaver with the spray grass skirt, 1.5 ounce weight, bobber stopper with a super sharp hook, and 65-pound Power Pro. What I do is I marinate it in smelly jelly and other fish attractants. This thing is oily, it's gonna slide through the mat, and when that fish bites it, they're gonna hold on to it because it's gonna taste good. That's what I've been catching 90% of my fish on.
He actually started out pretty strong here this week, over 18 pounds on days 1 and 3. We just saw him throw back 2 keepers. It's like he's throwing money out the window.
That's not what we're after. That's not what we came here for. That's probably keeper number 2. They're just small. We're in the top 10. We're not fishing for points. We're fishing for money. When the conditions get right, we're going to be catching them. I'm confident of that. They're not right yet. This is the infamous sweet beaver, the #1 flip bait there is. If you're flipping and you're not flipping one of these, then you're not flipping. This one's going in the boat. He's not big, but at this point, we gotta have something to take to the land.
It's about time. That's his first fish. Remember, he threw back 2 keepers. He should have 3.
Babies.
Looks like Ricky's gonna have to start hanging on to those smaller fish, but right now he's only got 1 in live well. Let's get over to Zach Thompson, who's having a great season so far. He almost won the season opener on Lake Havasu. He finished just 2 ounces behind National Guard pro Brent Aylor. Then he finished in the big money, 21st at our last event on the Columbia River. He's made himself a real factor in the Angler of the Year race.
If I had to do anything all day for just, as many bites as I can get, this is what I want to do. Flipping and punching all day long, knowing that I can catch the right fish if I just keep doing it, and it's worked out. I haven't landed 1 fish on anything else other than the heavy flipping rig. Caught them on a couple different colors and sizes of baits, but all heavy punching, flipping into this matted grass and pennywort. That's a better fish. When you're fishing the Delta or tidal water, if you know there's fish in an area and they're the ones you need to catch, you just need to stick with it at least until that window of opportunity with the tide and the current happens.
He's flipping a Berkeley chigger crawl, both 3-inch and 4-inch, 3 different colors.
There we go. Man, these hooks stick him. He was stuck in the grass. Awesome. Woo! There's my wiggle for everybody that wanted to see me act like a goofball again from Havasu. All right.
Nice job.
That's not a bad one.
A nice move there from Zach, and another good limit. So here's how things are shaping up with a couple of hours left to fish. Day 3 leader Charlie Weir pressed his advantage early.
Wow! There's a big one. Yes!
But Rusty Salewske closed the gap with this trophy-size catch.
That's a nice one, huh?
Any cast could land a Cal Delta monster.
Ah, the toad!
Plenty of action ahead, so stay with us. Welcome back to the California Delta. Charlie Weir started the day with a 3-pound lead and got an early limit, but he's not getting the kind of upgrades that he's looking for.
I'll kiss you. Put you away real nice in the live well. I won't hurt you. I'll take you for a little ride, get you a little television time, and send you home. Come on, baby. Just one. Start whistling for him. Come on, fish. Come on. No, they're here too.
It's been a pretty frustrating afternoon for Charlie.
Oh. Little one. Oh, he came off. God darn it. Little one. Nice one. Where's that net at? That might have did it for me right there. There's a 3-pounder. Okay, get back off there. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Just I was thinking of leaving. Get off those fish. That is a 3-pounder.
He'll pick up a few ounces here.
Close to 3. That's a 3. Isn't it? Pretty close.
Not the kind of fish, though, that'll help him nail down his second win. Here's Chris Zaldain. He began the day in 7th place, and he's been on quality fish all day.
I'm just looking for those current areas with a bunch of weeds, just going through and flipping them with a 1.5-ounce sweet beaver. Today went great, actually. I started out in areas I totally left alone on days 1, 2, and 3, which is key. Got 4 bites right off the bat.
We're off to a great start today, I tell you.
All 3-pounders. As the tide went up, I followed them to the mats and all the overhead structure.
Yeah, baby.
And I did pretty well.
Ow! Ow!
So I'm pretty happy with my day.
Oh, baby! What a decision to come here. Oh, it's a toad. Yes, sir.
Woo! Chris Zaldain is excited. He's moving up the leaderboard, and so is Ken Mah. He started the day with a big fish, filled out a solid limit, and then this.
Big one. Big one. Come on. Yes. 7-pounder. 7-pounder.
Wow, that's the kind of monster bass these guys come to the Delta for.
That's how to get it done. That's how you get it done.
No doubt Ken Mah's definitely getting it done. Back now to Rusty Salewske, who already has a limit, but he's looking to upgrade.
Need about a 3-pounder. I can relax a little bit.
Here's another look at that game changer from this morning.
That's the one. That's why we're fishing slow, right there. There's a nice one, huh? My coiner got a big one here yesterday. Or a frog. Last 10 minutes of the day. So I know they live around here. Just gotta make one bite. There we go. There's a good one. There's a good 4.5. That's the kind we need right there.
Remember, Rusty Salewske started the day in 2nd place.
It's gonna be fun.
A little over 3 pounds behind Charlie Weir. He put the heat on when he landed this Delta giant.
That's a nice one, huh?
Then he was able to fill out his limit with some solid fish.
4.5.
Now he's upgraded by a couple of pounds, and that will put him in the lead. But there's still time left for more kickers.
Yeah! Woo!
Here's a look at the Walmart in Antioch, where fans are enjoying the fun zone, getting free stuff, and getting ready for the final weigh-in. Among them, the 2 young winners of the National Guard FLW College Fishing Western Regional Championship. Glenn Wyatt and Eric Anderson stuck around to rub elbows with the pros and maybe learn a few tricks.
Yeah, luckily I graduated.
Hey, congratulations, guys. Great job.
These guys out here, I mean, they motivate us to fish hard, and they're kind of a role model to us. We've had the opportunity to meet them, and they're out here showing us what we want to be.
Let's go, baby. The winning team from San Jose State achieved a wire-to-wire victory just a few days ago right here on the Cal Delta.
We put a lot of hard work in, you know, and it's really good to see it pay off.
Your champions, San Jose State University.
It's just something we never dreamed of, and it became a reality for us.
Shake and bake.
That was the first of 5 National Guard college fishing regionals, all leading up to the national championship next April at the University of Tennessee in Knoxville. Now back out to Brent Aylor, who's caught 27 keepers today.
This morning it was just so low, they just did not want to bite, and now finally they're just kind of, they're still not biting like crazy, but the small ones are. Had plenty of small bites, just haven't had the number of, you know, better bites. You know, the tide's getting just about right, so the fish are starting to finally bite a little bit. Oh, that's a big one, I think. Stay on. I think that's a big one. There we go. All right. All right.
He switched to a green pumpkin Berkeley chicker crawl using an 1.5 ounce true tungsten flip sinker.
That's a good one. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Call one more time. That one.
That's a nice 4.5 pound upgrade. Charlie, one pro in this top 10 we haven't talked about yet is Dee Thomas.
Dee is known as the father of flipping, and he's a California Delta legend. Back in 1975, he won his first big tournament as a pro, and now at age 70, he hasn't let up a bit.
I fish probably, 250 days a year. That's what I do, I fish. I'm retired, worked for Safeway for 37 years. And I retired and got a pretty nice pension, and I'm able to fish. I don't have to catch fish to eat sugar. You got guys that are punching, and that's a very effective technique. And you got guys that are throwing frogs, that's a very effective technique. You got guys throwing topwater like buzz baits and stuff like that, and that's an effective technique. I'm using a 766 Powell, that's what I'm using. It's a light rod, and I'm flipping with 15-pound test line. And I'm just finessing the fish, is what I'm doing. Just take your time, they'll come.
Dee's proving that this is one sport where experience really pays off. Even at his age, he's holding his own with some of the younger guys.
Beautiful.
Started out with an early limit today and has some quality fish in the boat. Over and out of Brett Hite, who's found a spot he just doesn't want to leave. While Brent Aylor's decided to head in, Brett Hite is still fishing. This was his 10th keeper.
Last minute. Woo! Oh yeah, good call.
And with that, he goes for one more.
Oh gosh, yes. Nice and easy, nice. Nice and easy. Yeah! Woo! Yeah! Last cast of the day. That's what we're talking about. Yes!
Another nice upgrade for Brett Hite. Talk about squeezing every moment out of the fishing day.
Western anglers are blessed with world-class fisheries, and the California Delta did not disappoint this week. Even with record high temperatures for this time of the year, our top 10 anglers were able to put the pieces of the puzzle together and come up with a game plan, one that targeted these big Delta bass in thick, heavy cover. Punching plastics through the vegetation with braided line and heavy sinkers proved to be the main ticket.
Well, we know the Cal Delta has a reputation for monster bass, and this week it lived up to it. Over the first 3 days of the event, we saw some impressive fish, but only one of them had what it takes to win the title of Folger's Big Bass. And take a look at this one, an 11-pound, 8-ounce toad that pro David Crom landed on day 3. This is why anglers love the Delta.
Okay, all right, I'm sorry.
But that wasn't the only award handed out on day 3. We also saw the final co-angler weigh in, and the title went to Dwayne J.R. Wright, who led the field wire to wire. He landed nearly 18 pounds while fishing with Dee Thomas on day 2 and finished with a margin of more than 8 pounds over the rest of the field. It was his second top 10 finish of the season and his first Western Series title. Time for the pros to pack it up and head on to the Walmart in Antioch. We decided to ride along with Rusty Salewske, find out what he thinks about his chances of winning.
I told myself going into today that if I could get like 22 pounds, I could win. I got a pretty good bag, but I have no idea if it's enough. If I could have got one more 4-pounder, I really would have felt like I probably could have got him. I'm feeling pretty good about that. It's very exciting. I've never won anything other than the team tournament. Okay, here we are. Hopefully in a half an hour or so, I'm holding the big trophy.
For 4 days under a sweltering California sun, these pros have battled the elements in search of winning bass.
Unbelievable.
Now it's time to take them to the scales. The final weigh-in and a new champion coming up.
You got it right there.
When FLW Outdoors returns. FLW Outdoors from the California Delta is brought to you by Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time. Yamaha Outboards, reliability starts here. Keebler, uncommonly made, uncommonly good. U.S. Bank, where the future looks brighter with us. Castrol, maximum sludge protection for maximum performance. And by Chevy, the official ride of FLW Outdoors. What a great crowd we have on hand at the Antioch Walmart for the final weigh-in. 10 pros wait their turns, but only one will go home champion. The legendary Dee Thomas is first to the scales and proves he can still hold his own with the young guns. But Brent Aylor snatches the lead with a 68-pound total. Next up is Zach Thompson. He weighs in a 4-day total of 64 pounds, 9 ounces. Ricky Shabazz released his first 2 keepers to make room for the big ones, but they never came. He weighs in just 1 bass today, a tough way to end a great tournament. It was also a tough day for Robert Lee, who brings 3 keepers to the scale, weighing just 7.5 pounds. Half the field down, half to go. Brent Aylor holds the lead as Chris Zaldain steps up. And what an amazing day he had. He found the hot spots and hammered the big bass, filling his live well with trophy fish. He started back in 7th place, but it's a good bet he won't finish there.
Oh, it's a toad.
Woo! That's got it right there. Beautiful. California Delta largemouth right there. 2 monsters. Chris Zaldain, total weight 52.13 for 3 days. Brent Aylor in the lead at 68 pounds. You need 15 pounds, 4 ounces. He's got 5 bass. Total weight 20 pounds, 8 ounces. Your new leader, Chris Zaldain at 73.5.
Wow, a huge day for Chris Zaldain as the really big Delta bass start to show up. Local Ken Mah shows off his 7-pounder, but even that can't top Chris Zaldain's day. Ken finishes with a 4-day total of 71 pounds. Defending champ Brett Hite also had a big day. 5 fish weighing more than 17 pounds. Good, but not enough to take the lead. Now just 2 remain to topple Chris Zaldain, including Rusty Salewske. He's a man on a mission after coming up short at this year's Forest Wood Cup. He began the day in 2nd place, and he wasn't gonna let his nerves get the best of him. He hunted the big bass where they were hiding, slow and steady. He put some monsters in his live well, but he's not the only one with a sack of trophy fish, and he's got some ground to make up.
One, two, three, 4, 5.
I'm done.
Let's try to do this real easy. Guys, move over. The big dog's coming. All right, let's make sure we weigh him in and do it right. He needs to have 18 pounds, 13 ounces. You're sitting at 54.9. Chris Zaldain, 73.5. Looking for 18.13. He's got 5. Total weight, 20 pounds, 5 ounces. Gives him 75.5. Our new leader.
Rusty Salewske with that beautiful 8-pound, 11-ounce monster takes over the hot seat from Chris Zaldain. Now there's only one man left who can knock him out. And it's day 3 leader, Charlie Weir.
Charlie representing Chevy in this event on the final day, carrying the National Guard leader bag, is already a champion on the National Guard Western Division, trying to go for 2 right here. He will need 17 pounds and 1 ounce. 17.1. Rusty is what we're looking for. 17.1. Have you been calculating so far?
He needs a big one.
Got a big one.
He does have a big one. All right, just so everybody will know, you're currently at 9 pounds and 6 ounces. 9.6. Needs 17 pounds and 1 ounce. Anything less than that, Rusty's our champion. He's got 5. Total weight, 16 pounds, 7 ounces.
And Rusty Salewske is the champion. His 4th FLW Series Top 10. And now he's finally taking home the trophy for the first time. He saw what he had to do today and stuck to his pattern. And even in blistering heat and soft tides, he was able to hook up huge Cal Delta bass. Here's a look at the rest of the field. Charlie Weir takes 2nd. Chris Zaldain moves up 4 places into 3rd. Mah and Brett Hite round out the top 5. And in the Land O'Lakes Angler of the Year standings after 3 events, Zach Thompson moves up to 1st place. But this day belongs to Rusty Salewske.
The National Guard jersey is a big dollar jersey, $106,000. Congratulations, Rusty.
It's the biggest check of his career. But you know that for Rusty Salewske, this victory is about much more than money. And the key to his win here? Patience.
It's kind of critical to be in your best little areas when the tide's right. I have these little 20-yard stretches, little horseshoes. The current just really slams against the side, makes a good wall of grass. I'm simply punching medium-sized beaver with a 1 ounce weight, and I'm just throwing it at every good-looking piece of grass I can, letting it hit the bottom, shake it a couple times, reel it in, and do it again. Just making a million casts a day. Trying to figure out if I was doing what I should be doing or should I move, and I slowed down right where I caught a 10-pounder in practice. Started being really patient and got a good bite, a real good bite.
I got a horse here. Okay, I need you to back up.
It was probably ugly, but I got it in the boat, you know, that's what matters.
That's the one. That's why we're fishing slow, right there.
Got me really excited. I was shaking like a leaf for a minute.
There's a nice one, huh?
I probably went a good half an hour without another bite. Something made me stop on this point that I haven't caught a keeper on yet, but it looks good. One good little piece of grass over there, I threw it in it, bam. Good 5-pounder.
There we go.
I really felt like I had a chance at that point.
It was a good 4.5.
On the way in, I was doing a little thinking, driving here, and I don't know, this thought just came over me that, you know what? I think I won this thing. I really do. I think I won it.
Even under incredible pressure, Rusty slowed himself down and fished the way he planned to. And here's the result, a champion's trophy and a place in the history books. For more fishing action, just call 866-567-1960 to subscribe to FLW Outdoors magazine and log on to FLWOutdoors.com for complete tournament coverage and live webcasts. Join us next time for the Walmart FLW Series BP Eastern Division Tournament at Clarks Hill Lake, the final event of the Eastern Division season. For Charlie Evans, I'm Jason Harper. We'll see you next time here on FLW Outdoors.